As the battle over voting rights wages on in states across the country, another fight is gaining steam. More than 250 anti-LGBTQ bills have been introduced in state legislatures this year, with 8 already having been enacted into law and 10 sitting on governors' desks right now. This is according to the Human Rights Campaign. Human Rights Campaign President Alphonso David wrote an open letter to corporate America asking them to rally around this issue as they have for voting rights. And Alphonso joins us now. So, two-pronged question. What have you asked from corporate America? Who exactly have you approached? And what tangibly can they do?
Well, thank you, Mika. Thank you for having me. I'm asking for companies to publicly denounce state legislation that discriminates against LGBTQ people, and specifically discriminate against transgender and non-binary people. I'm asking companies to refuse to advance new businesses in states that are hostile to LGBTQ people and corporate social values. I'm asking companies to refuse to support sporting events where transgender athletes are being banned or athletes are being penalized for taking the knee. As you said, we have hundreds of bills that have been introduced in state legislatures around the country. They're looking to erase transgender people. They're looking to make LGBTQ people second-class citizens. And these bills, bills that make it a crime for families to provide gender-affirming care to transgender youth with penalties of up to 10 years in prison. Bills that effectively require transgender students who play sports to be inspected by doctors before they participate in those sports. Teachers being denied the ability to teach anything about LGBTQ people without getting consent from parents. These bills are incredibly dangerous, and we need corporations to rise up against it, because we know that stigma leads to violence. We know that at least 44 transgender people were killed last year. We know that people are still dying, and we need corporations to rise up. We need them to engage. We need them to make sure they are having their voices heard by state legislatures across the country.
Okay, Alphonso, Eugene Daniels from Politico has the next question. Eugene?
Hi, Alphonso. A lot of these things we're seeing them happening on the state level. And I'm curious what you guys want to see from the federal government. And more importantly, I think, what is this White House is doing enough? President Biden was the first president to recognize the Trans Day of Remembrance. And I'm curious if you think they're doing enough and what you want to see more from the federal government on this.
I certainly appreciate President Biden's support of LGBTQ rights. He has been incredibly supportive. He has put the Equality Act as a priority for his administration. The Equality Act, as many of you may know, is federal legislation that would provide comprehensive legal protections to LGBTQ people. So we are asking the Biden administration to continue to work with us to advance the Equality Act. In addition to that, we do need help in the states. We're asking for federal agencies to weigh in. We're asking for the Biden administration to more actively weigh in, because the arguments that we're seeing in the states, we're also hearing as it relates to the Equality Act, that we are not treated as equal, that we are second-class citizens. And as I said before, the collateral consequences are too severe. Transgender youth attempt suicide at a rate of 4 times that of the cisgender peers. We're living in a democracy, or we purport to live in a democracy, but we all know that it's not functioning for all of us, not functioning for Black people, not functioning for brown people, certainly not functioning for LGBTQ people, and that has to change.
Alphonso David, president of the Human Rights Campaign, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.